Hey there, welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. Today we ask a couple of questions, and they're really good ones, and we get this a lot. What about credit unions? Are they as good as banks? And how do they compare with banks? So let's take a look. First, a quick reminder, anytime we talk about a topic on the podcast, there's an article at thecollegeinvestor.com where you can go in, find links and resources and all kinds of stuff. You can also ask us questions personally. We'd love to get to know you at The College Investor. Just search for The College Investor. Pretty much any social media site you're on, we're there too. We'd love to get to know you. All right, so at first glance, banks and credit unions look a lot alike, we know. Both offer checking, savings, loans, credit cards, certificates of deposits, or CDs. But the difference lies in their structure. See, credit unions are cooperative financial institutions, which are owned by their members, the people who use their services. Instead of aiming to generate profits for shareholders, they return earnings to members in the form of lower loan rates, reduced fees, and sometimes even higher savings rates. Membership is typically based on a common bond structure, so this can mean working in a certain profession, living in a specific area, or being related to someone who is already a member. In practice, eligibility requirements are broad and many people can qualify without any difficulty at all. Like banks, credit unions are safe. Deposits are insured up to $250,000 per account by the NCUA, the National Credit Union Administration, unless you happen to be in one of these states that allow credit unions not to be NCUA insured. There's a link to that, so I don't have to provide a long list of states. Just as banks are covered by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or the FDIC, the credit union has its own thing. So here are some pros and cons. The main ones are the pros. There are three of them. Number one, there's lower costs, better fees and rates, fewer hidden fees, and three, community service and focus. The cons are there's limited access and technology, unable to handle complex situations, and some smaller rewards programs. But let's take a look at the benefits. People love credit unions because of the perceived benefits, like lower costs and better rates. Because credit unions are nonprofit, their pricing often reflects member benefit rather than profit margins. Auto loan rates, for example, are generally lower at credit unions compared to banks, according to data from the NCUA. Community and service focus, too. Members often highlight the personal service they receive at their local branches. Credit unions may be more willing to consider individual circumstances when approving loans, which is cool, rather than just solely on credit scores. This may be true with small businesses especially, as many are unique to their communities and the local banker at the credit union may have kind of a better understanding than a faraway national lender. There are fewer hidden fees, too. Some credit unions might still charge overdraft or late fees, but the amounts are often lower than most major banks. Many also avoid monthly maintenance fees by setting low or no minimum balance requirements. There are some drawbacks, though, of credit unions, and some major ones, really, and I've experienced many of these firsthand. Limited access and technology. Big banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America have thousands of branches and ATMs all over the place. Credit unions might have only a few locations in just your city or region. Many credit unions do participate in ATM networks that reimburse fees, but travelers may still find them a little bit less convenient. There are digital services that can also lag. Most credit unions now offer mobile banking apps, mobile check deposit, bill pay, that type of stuff. But the user experience is just not going to match the sophistication of the larger banks. After testing countless online apps, Chase Bank has one of the best mobile apps in the U.S., and we've never seen a credit union even come close on ease of use, especially for small business owners. And you're unable to work with more complex situations. Credit unions, for whatever reason, we don't know, seem to have trouble working with more complex financial arrangements. While they might offer more flexible lending to small businesses, they don't offer the banking tools that small businesses might need in terms of cash management, employee accounts, and other features. Kind of a problem. Also, credit unions just seem to struggle with estate planning for their members. I struggled to handle power of attorney setups for my parents at 2 credit unions, both in the top 30 by size, by the way, including even a national one. The simplest solution was sadly to close our accounts and migrate to a major bank. that had no issues setting up online banking and other access. Smaller rewards programs, too. So large banks fund robust credit card reward programs, cash back up to 5% in certain categories. Credit union credit cards usually offer 1 to 1.5% cash back, making them less competitive for people chasing points and perks. And may I say, it's probably not a very good habit to chase points and perks. That's a topic for another day, though. So can credit unions compete with banks? Well, yeah, there's tons of competition on trust, member service, and community rather than perks. Rates on loans, savings accounts often similar to what online banks offer and usually significantly better than what traditional brick-and-mortar banks offer, which is good. Importantly, their smaller scale means they often don't appear on comparison sites that rank financial products either. That absence doesn't necessarily mean their products are worse. Oh no, it just reflects the fact that large banks spend advertising dollars to appear on those lists. So for many consumers, the choice boils down to priorities. Go with the bank if you want nationwide access, high-tech tools, and top-tier rewards. Or choose a credit union if you prefer lower fees, local presence, and a sense of ownership or community. So here's how to find the right credit union for you if you're kind of in that camp. Eligibility rules are broader than most people expect. A lot of credit unions allow anyone in a geographic area to join, and others open membership through associations you can join for a small fee, like a one-time $5 donation, for instance. So here's, to compare the options, look at the College Investors list of the best nationwide credit unions. We got that inside this article. Check out the NCUA's credit union locator tool at mycreditunion.gov. Very important there, .gov. Ask some local friends or family if they're members, and they are going to gush about their credit union, I promise. You can compare loan and savings rates, too, with nearby banks to see if a credit union offers better value. A very common question we get asked is, so which is better, a bank or a credit union? It always depends. It depends on what you value most. Convenience, rewards, technology, banks, lower fees, local service, community orientation, credit unions. There you go. Some final thoughts here as we wrap up. Is a credit union the best for you? The answer just depends on what you want in a financial institution. If you want accessibility and ability to cash in on great promotions and all that kind of stuff, a big bank might be your thing. If you desire to have a financial institution that cares for you and sees you as a person, then a credit union wins, hands down. However, also realize that we're in a period of credit union consolidation. Credit unions are simply growing larger. To grow larger. Many big city credit unions may not feel any different than a national bank, though. So when it comes to rates, the top competitive banks and credit unions will have very similar rates on financial products. Since most rates are competitive, you can then focus on other features that matter to you. Check out all the lists and all the things that we have on credit unions right inside this article. You can dive deep on everything about it so you can make a very informed decision at thecollegeinvestor.com. Ask any question you want. Also, find us on social media. Just search for The College Investor. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.